And students, welcome to the social studies class. So I will ask you some questions today. Okay, with that we will start our lesson. Okay, that is one thing. Before COVID also, that is before coronavirus, we used to teach and you are also listen the classes. But how we will do? How we were doing earlier? Yes, by coming to the school. Yes, we come to the school and there we used to teach and listen, isn't it? But now how we are doing? Yes, by sitting at home only we are doing our regular work. This is our regular work, isn't it? That learning is regular work and teaching is our regular work. So how we are doing at present? We are doing through phone. By using phone, we are doing all these activities regularly, isn't it? There is no interruption is there. Everything, even though for copying the notes also, you are doing at home through phones. Okay, that is regular work, but we are doing in a different way because of some reasons. Okay, so now I will ask you one more question, that is for writing with pencil, what we will do? We will sharpen the pencil. Earlier we used to we use blade or knife for sharpening the pencil, isn't it? But now what we are doing? We are using the sharpener, isn't it? Sharpener, an instrument. Even a small kid also will do very safely. But whereas with the blade, there is a threat of it may hurt, isn't it? It may cut or it may injure. But with the sharpener, there is no such threat is there. We can do safely, isn't it? Safely and very fastly, quickly also. So that is our regular works only, but we are doing in a different way. Okay. And not only I had given you simple question, simple example, that is sharpening pencil, but in everyday our life around us, in our home also, if you can see, in the earlier days we used to switch on the TV. We have to go to the TV and we have to put the plug and everything we have to do, if change any channel and everything. But what we are doing now, we are using remotes, isn't it? So in every activity we had seen some changes. Okay, some changes, that is day by day it is changing, isn't it? Nowadays the TV is also, if we can give an order from the far place, okay, if you can give an order, automatically it is changing its channel. That type of televisions also available, isn't it? That is day by day they are improving, isn't it? The old equipment only, the old equipment, that is old instrument, in that only so many changes we are finding, isn't it? So, or otherwise the new things are arriving in the market, isn't it? The new things are arriving in the market. For example, if you can see phone only, before that, for anything if you want to search, we use it to computers, isn't it? Computers for anything. For even for the internet also, we have to go to the internet shops, and there we use it to browse everything. But now it is very easy with the phone. Everything is available in the phones. Even TV also, live TV shows also available in the phones. Everything, radio, TV, whatever we want, we can use through phones, isn't it? That is the new equipment. That is the phone has replaced all these things, isn't it? So it is made our work easy. Isn't it? It made our work easy. Whatever the new equipments are arriving, or new things are arriving, or the previous works only, whatever the earlier we used to do, that works, what had happened now, we are doing very easily without much difficulty and very quickly also, fast, isn't it? So that is called technology. What do we call it as? Technology. So technology is the practical application of knowledge. Practical application of knowledge. That is, whatever we are thinking in our minds. Okay, sometimes we do if your teacher gives any work to you in the class, teacher assigns some work in the class, some people may do in different methods, isn't it? The same work each and every student can do in different methods, isn't it? So that is their thinking, they use their thoughts there, isn't it? They use their thoughts to do it perfectly and easily and attractively also, isn't it? So that is the thing, whatever the thoughts are there in their minds, that they have to show it practically, that they should apply it. Okay, instead of keeping it in our mind, what we have to do? Technology is a practical application of knowledge is in our minds. Okay, whatever is going on in our minds, that we have to apply practically, we have to use it. Okay, that is called technology. Technology is a practical application of knowledge, not keeping it in our minds only, that we have to use it in our daily lives. That is called technology, which leads to a new product. With that technology, that new product may produce, or otherwise is there any improvement in the earlier work? Just now only I told you that blade, for sharpening the blade pencil, what we use? Blade. But now what we are doing? We are using the sharpener. That is improvement in the earlier work, isn't it? That is some improvement is there. Earlier also we used it to sharpen, but now also we are doing, but some improvement is there. For example, for cutting the vegetables also, in the olden days what we use? We use the knives and cutters. Okay, but at present we have the chopping boards, isn't it? At a time we can cut the vegetables, some half kg or quarter kg, we can do very easily, within a minutes we can finish it off, isn't it? That is improvement in the earlier work. Okay, technology is the practical application of knowledge in our everyday lives, which leads to the technology may produce a new product. Okay, it may produce a new product or an improvement in the earlier work. That is technology. Okay, the technology means simple instrument, we can't call it as a technology. It is not like that. Okay, the simple instrument to the complicated machinery. Okay, with the simple instrument, from a simple instrument to the complicated machinery also we can call it as a technology. It is a part of the technology. Okay, everything which leads to a new product, or it is any improvement is there in that, then that we can call it as a technology. Okay, so nowadays we see technology in our everyday lives. That is, we are using fans. That is also one of the technology. Fans to ACs. Nowadays we are using ACs, isn't it? Cooler, AC, after that AC. Now if you can see the mixer grinders, in our everyday life also we are using. Okay, so that is called technology. Even though complicated machinery, for example, complicated machinery, I had given the examples of the regular works, but for our complicated lives also, that space explorations, that is launching of rockets, isn't it? Chandrayaan, we had launched Chandrayaan, isn't it? To know about the moon, isn't it? The rocket has launched, isn't it? That is space explorations. Or in any discoveries in transportation, new means of transportations, isn't it? So all these come under the technology. Okay, ever you seen this, children? Ever you seen this equipment? Yes, this is the steam engine. The industrial revolution, that is production made tremendously. There was a tremendous change in the production, isn't it? It leads to the industrial revolution. That is steam engine, isn't it? Who invented this steam engine? That is James Watt. Okay, steam engine made the there was a tremendous change, total change in the drastic change in the production of goods, which leads to the industrial revolution. After the steam engine, okay, after the steam engine, that is by using the steam, that is vapor, isn't it? Vapor. With the vapor, he used it to move the machines, isn't it? Already in the 7th class we had steam industrial revolution. In the mid 17th centuries, steam engine had played a very vital role in production, isn't it? That was invented by the James Watt. After that steam engine, the people not only stuck there only, akkada varake agipoledu, okay, they started searching up the new things, okay, that is production of the electricity, generating the electricity with different ways, okay, not only with single ways but in different ways they tried to generate the electricity. With that electricity, now so many equipments were made and so many factories, isn't it? Factories are running with that electricity. So that is a new invention. New invention had, here we are saying, which leads to a new product, okay. If with the technology, if a new product is made, that is called invention, okay. If a new product is created, that is called invention, okay. That steam engine was produced by invented by the James Watt. And who invented the phone, telephone? Do you know? Do you know one activity I am giving you here? One activity I am giving you here, that is search and write inventor and their inventions, okay. Year, inventor and inventions, okay. Any 10 inventors and their inventions, you can write it in a tabular form, okay. This is activity for you today. So with the technology, with the practical application of the knowledge, if any new product was generated, that is called invention, okay. Up to here it is clear. So when a new machine or method of production, new machine or method of production, that is earlier they used to produce something. Produce means tayaru cheyatamu. In 7th class we have industrial revolution. Till then the people used to, in the 7th class in industrial revolution we seen that that producing of the cloth, that is in the earlier days they used to do with the spinning wheel, isn't it? That charka, they used to spinning wheel for producing the cloth, but it takes a long time. But whereas after the steam engine, what had done, it made the process very quickly. That is, there is a method of production, new method of production. Production means tayaru cheyatamu. Earlier also they used to do, and after steam engine also they continued, but the method is changed, that is the process is changed, that is called invention, okay. One example, some new machines also arrived with these inventions, that is totally a new equipment. That is, for new machines, here we have method of production is different, that is for production, doing the production in different way, okay, that is method of production. Whereas new machine, a new equipment if they create, okay, that is called invention. For new machine, some examples in your textbook they had given, that is X-ray machine. X-ray machine, that is a new machine, earlier it was not there. So X-ray machine they had invented. Next, power looms. Power looms means loom, that is producing the cloth by using power, that means by electricity. So the new machines were invented. One of the example is that Henry Ford of USA. Henry Ford of USA, he belongs to the USA. He introduced a new method of producing, that is assembly line method. Henry Ford, cars also available, that is assembly line method. What that method is, that earlier, before that assembly line method, they used to produce the cars, that every part of the car was produced at one place only, okay. all the parts of the car were produced at one place only, and they used to prepare, they used to attach one after the other. So with that production, it may take so much of time. Okay, it consumes more time, and the production is also very slow. So Henry Ford has introduced a new method, that is assembly line method. That is, each section, every section was divided, that is all the parts of the car were produced in different sections, and one part, after producing the one part, it was sent to the second section, just like our paper mill industry, isn't it? In the last class we had seen paper mill industry. There one section will do the cutting and it will come to the second section, there it will made into pulp. Same like that only here. In car production, all the parts, first every part, each and every part, for all the activities, all will assign in that work. It will take so much of time. It used to take so much of time. It is very difficult to produce the cars, and it is a very long process also. So because of that reason, Henry Ford had introduced assembly line method. In that process, that is all the parts, each part was produced separately. After production, it was sent to the second section. There that first part and second part were assembled, and that was sent to the third section. So that is, each and every part was produced in different sections, and each part is sent to the next section. Here 1 and 2 were added and sent to the 1, 2 and 3. From here to 1, 2 and 3. Okay, like this every section. So that is assembling one after the other. This made the production very fast, and the employees also feel very comfortable. Okay, so because of that reason, the production also increased a lot. So because of that reason, this method is called as assembly line method. After the Henry Ford, this method is using in every industry, in every field. This method is applying now for anything, for television or for computer or for telephone. Okay, in every factory nowadays, everyone are applying this assembly line method. It was introduced by the Henry Ford, and he belongs to USA, America. He belongs to the America. He introduced assembly line method. At present, this method was used in all over the world, in all the companies. Okay, for producing the goods and services very quickly. So this technology had made production very quickly and faster. At the same time, there is a supply of raw materials in a large quantity is required. Okay, not only producing the production quickly, but at the same time, as the raw material also supplied regularly without interruption, isn't it? In the previous class also we had seen, in the paper mill or in industrial revolution, how they had changed their systems, isn't it? So same like that only, technology, what it has done, that is, there is a requirement of the raw material. Okay, there is a requirement of the raw material, that is regular supply of raw material. Next at the same time, more number of employees. Okay, more number of employees also required for the production. More number of employees. So not only before that, what they used to do, they used to prepare that cars or whatever we may see. Okay, but now what they have to produce, they have to produce that machines also, isn't it? They have to produce the machines also, not only producing the cars, but also they have to produce the machines which are doing the quick production, isn't it? So for that also they require the skilled persons, that is more number of employment, not only in the production only, but also earlier process also, that is for producing that machines also, again the more number of employees are required and more technology is required, isn't it? And the more raw material also required. Okay, so with this new employment is also creating. Okay, and there is a demand for the skilled persons, and at the same time if the more production is there, that is transport of production, transferring the production to transportation is also need, isn't it? Transportation, after production they can't keep it with them only, no, they have to transport it to the markets for selling and all this, isn't it? So with that, for transportation again drivers, cleaners. Okay, again for drivers and cleaners, again buses are required or some transportation vehicles are required, again petrol, isn't it? Everything are required. That is, this technology is what it is doing, it is affecting our regular activities, isn't it? It is affecting our regular activities. Okay, so that is, it is showing some effect on us. Okay, so that is called as impact of technology. Today's our topic is impact of technology. Lesson 8. Lesson 8. Impact of technology. Impact of technology on livelihood. On livelihood. On livelihood. Today's our topic is lesson 8, impact of technology. Impact means effect. How technology, now only we had seen what is technology, how this technology is affecting our lives. Our lives. Here I had used the term livelihood. We regularly use livelihood. What is livelihood? Okay, now we will see. So livelihood is the job or other source of income that gives you the money. Okay, livelihood means job or other source of income that gives you the money to buy your essentials. Okay, that is called livelihood. For example, for me, teaching, that is teaching job is my livelihood. Okay, for surviving, my teaching profession is giving me the money, isn't it? For example, if your father is a farmer, okay, that is farming is your livelihood. అంటే బ్రతకటానికి ఏదైతే మనకి సోర్స్ ఉందో, అంటే బ్రతకటానికి మనకు కావాల్సిన కొనుక్కోవటానికి ఏదైతే సోర్స్ ఉందో, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ లైవ్లీహుడ్. దట్ మీన్స్ జీవనోపాధి. ఓకే, బ్రతుకుదెరువు మనకి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఫర్ మై సెల్ఫ్ ఓన్లీ, దట్ ఈస్ టీచింగ్ ఈజ్ మై లైవ్లీహుడ్. I think you understood it very well. Okay, so today's our lesson is impact of technology on livelihood, how it affected our livelihood. One of the best example is now only we are using the phones, isn't it? Phones for teaching. For my livelihood, what I am doing, I am using the technology, isn't it? So that is impact. Impact means effect, how it is affecting. In social studies already, in every aspect I used to tell you that is, for anything there may be of both effects, that is positive effects, at the same time negative effects, isn't it? It may helpful or it may harmful. So in this lesson we will see how technology is harmful, how far it is helpful. In this lesson already I had given you the activity, and in page 89 one box is there. once you go through it, and here some pictures also given. Here people basket weaving, okay, and here what he is doing, he is weaving the cloth, okay. So in the earlier days in 1940s they used to do like that, but now what we are doing with the technology, that work has changed now. And also here questions are there in page 89, textbook page 89. Try to do it. Tomorrow we will continue the remaining lesson. Okay, thank you.